Hi everyone, welcome back to my main channel. Now then, this is where it gets confusing with me, and it just was me, obviously. I thought because when I got a new phone that I somehow had to go with their suggestion of making another YouTube channel, which made me a little bit sad because I already was starting to get a buildup of an audience and subscribers on my first YouTube channel that I had started back in 2019. Well, because I'm still getting used to my phone, I went back into my thing for my YouTube app, and I saw that I could actually change my channel back. Oh, there goes the light bulb in my head. Bop. So now I can actually start uploading to my main channel. So sorry for the a lot of confusion there. Okay, so for those of you that have not checked out my other channel, I'll try to. Now I got two channels. How confusing. Anyway, I told you that we were going to start working on this skinny mini journal, which I had already started to do on my other channel. That was before I decided or could understand the fact that I could switch channels. Well, there you go. So I have indeed started working on the skinny mini journal. And this is actually graphic 45. This is, I think, the not Mayflowers, but it's called Flower Market. Yeah. And this is just one of those big old fat journaling cards that come with sometimes in their kits. This was just a little butterfly I added, and I want to say I can't remember where that came from. Okay, so I had already made some pockets on the inside of this, and this is just a makeshift tag here. I took just a little small brown paper bag, and I added another graphic 45 from the same Flower Market graphic 45. They also give you smaller journaling cards. And I stuck that down, and then this was more of the graphic 45 paper, and then I just added some washi tape. I used my small attacher and did it on that side. The rest of it is glued down. And that's as far as I've gotten, folks. I'm telling you, one of these days I will master this phone, and I will be able to understand better what I'm supposed to be doing. Until then, you're going to have to work out first we'll have to work out the cobwebs in my mind first to kind of get me up to speed on what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so now I realize I can indeed switch my channels. Oh, wonderful. I wish I'd known that before. As you can see on this side of the book, I went ahead and duplicated what I had on this side. And I just made it to where instead of having one long pocket, I cut it down to where it was just two. And then I went around the edges with, the Distress Oxide and the Vintage Photo. I don't think it's quite as dark as the other one that is not the oxide. And then I've already signed my journal inside, and that's what I wanted to do here. So because this was such a thin journal, I didn't want to put in a very thick signature, as you can see. But it was a sewn-in one. And it's really easy once you get the hang of it. I know I used to complain and say, well, I never could do that right. But after much, kind of winging it and kind of doing whatever I could do before, and when I first did these, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so bad. I couldn't seem to get that taut. But anyway, so this was just a digital that I had made some years ago. And that's what's in here. And then I decided to use this. This is kind of like an ancestry thing here. And then this is just a tea-dyed paper here. So what I was going to try to do tonight is, you know, decorate more pages. You know, why not? But then first, what I wanted to go ahead and do, and this is what I did on my other channel, because I thought that I was going to have to use that as my main channel. But what I want to show you is, this is in memory of journal I had started way back in the day. And this was before I knew how to really get my signatures to where they're all lined up. So you can see that they're pretty well uneven in here. You know, you got to start somewhere, right? This was just an old book. I don't know what kind of old book it was. But anyway, I just transformed it into a junk journal. This spine was covered with a dust ruffle that I just happened to have. And of course, this was just some sort of designer paper that I use, and I don't know where I got it from or anything. And anyway, this could probably use some of those Tim Holtz, you know, little corner things to kind of keep it from getting too worn there. I actually created this one back in 2019, and it was soon after the loss of my mother. So anyway, this first page was a digital and of hollyhocks. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's beautiful. I love hollyhocks. My mom loved hollyhocks. And let's see. And then here is just a card that I probably got from my mother. My mother was always saving me cards. And then here's a brief look at my mother back in 1977. I did have a picture of my mother in here, but I since have taken it out. And I can always put another one in here because this is really just a place where you can just stick a photo into. This doily here, or whatever you want to call it, this is an actual crochet that my mother did in the 1950s. And then I just added a flower there. So then we go and look further into this, and I just made little various pockets, and there's really nothing on that anyway. This page here, the reason why I picked this paper was because my mother was a seamstress, and she was often making her own clothes and her own blouses and everything. And when I was yet a little girl, I remember my mother having a blouse with this type of print on it, and if it wasn't exactly the same, it was very near it. So anyway, these are just some tea-dyed papers I added in here. This, of course, is from an old flower book or whatever. I don't really know why I put such jazzy paper in here, but I can probably go over it with something. I've not really even decorated this one, probably because I was rather discouraged when I did make this one. But I don't really want to get rid of it either because there's some other sentimental things in here. Here's another one, Special Moments Dear to My Heart. And I just made this out of another paper bag. And so that just this is just a little tuck pocket here. And then I was remembering some special memories of different things of my mom and dad. And then here is just a real quick look of my my mom and dad and my aunt and uncle. And I'm not really sure why I put that there, but I must have had a reason. And like I said, I can always, you know, go back over these pages, and I might just go ahead and keep it anyway. I was a little bit, when I first made this, it was my first, really kind of my first try at making junk journals. And so I was a little bit disappointed how it turned out. But because I already have sewn in so many different memories of my mom and everything, I don't really want to get rid of it. So you can kind of see that. So this is an actual letter that my mom had written me. And this was done in 1997. And that was just prior to, in February, the day after my mother's birthday. And on that same day that of my mother's birthday, that is the same day that my parents got married. And so anyway, the day after, they had celebrated her birthday and their wedding anniversary. The next day, my dad was unfortunately killed in an automobile accident. So that was very, very unfortunate. So anyway, I won't talk about that anymore. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. So February for me holds some very bittersweet memories. And also in February, it just happens to be my birthday. So I used to look at my birthday as a special time, but now I kind of look at it, like I said, as with bittersweet memories. And we are currently in the month of February, and today is Groundhog Day as well. So anyway, I'm just going to just look through this very quickly, more or less. I don't remember where I got this. So then my mother was always, like I said, saving cards for me. And because I used to draw, well, I still draw, but I don't draw for selling anymore. And my mother loved little kittens, and she loved little puppies and everything. And I grew up with cats and dogs. So my mom was raised out in the country. My mother was raised on a farm. It was kind of like a hobby farm, I guess. What they call now is just a very small farm. So anyway, let's just kind of work our way through this. And I suppose there was a lot more here than meets the eye. I obviously put in a lot of flowers in here because my mother loved flowers. I don't remember where I got that either, and that's also a digital. And then this was just these particular things here, you know, that just are these little flowers, little gathers of flowers here. This is just a, these are from my mother's sewing notions. And so that's extra special to me. You wouldn't think something that, you know, your mother had just tucked away in her sewing box or whatever would become something so special. Something so small, yet so special. So then, I'm trying to see how much I am into my recording. I can't tell. That's so weird. Anyway, so I just wrote down some things in here that I wanted to recall. And then here is part of that card. Now, this particular card on the very back cover, this particular digital is called Airmail Butterfly, I think it's what it's called. And this is actually one that I did make. And, of course, this thing here, I think, is from, could be Tim Holtz, I don't know. But I originally made this because I was going to send it to my mom. And, of course, that never was to be. And then there's nothing on the inside. So I just wanted to briefly show you this one. And I did, like I said, I did make this one in 2019. And I just left the little strings on it, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. And I'm sure I've repeated myself numerous times now. So now we will get back with what we were going to be doing with this one. So anyway, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. I'm sorry I'm not real well versed on where to find where to find within the YouTube. I don't know what it is. The YouTube dashboard. I don't know if I'd find it in the dashboard or not. It says I have 38 subscribers, but oh, okay, I see. I'm on here right now, so it just, on this particular channel, it just says that, wait a minute, let me see. me go to that and see if it pulls up anymore. It's not really pulling up any more subscribers on here. So I just have to go by with my latest subscribee. And that was January 30th of this year. And I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but I do thank you for being a new subscriber. And Nadja Arnold, thank you so much for becoming a new subscriber then. I really appreciate that. So I don't know why the other new subbies are not popping up in there. There's probably some things to YouTube that I knew back in when I first started my channel, but I have already since forgotten now. So, and I still have to learn how to make links to actually work. So I'm not understanding any of that. I guess I could do a search on that as well. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and work on something here that we could work on anyway. Trying to think, what did I do with that page? Ah, here it is. I wanted to do something with this page that I pulled out of a book that was from the 1800s. So it's something with vocabulary, and so anyway, it was just kind of like the back of the book. And I think what I might, let's see, well, I'm going to have to kind of figure out how I want to do this, maybe. Isn't that all the basis of doing things like this anyway? You got to figure out now, how do I want to do this? Obviously, this is already too long. I could just make this a really ginormous pocket. In fact, that's what I think I'll do. I kind of like that roughness up there, but I'm going to cut it. Yes, you heard right from me. I'm just going to trim that. And let's see if we can just... I really do like my new cutter. It's a breeze to work with. This is just a Hobby Lobby brand, their brand. I bought it like last night, so I just love it. It's not as heavy as that Fisker's brand that I had. Okay, now that we made that a little bit smaller, will that fit there? Why, of course it will. Yay! I'm so glad. I'm so happy. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of, you know, whatever. I have to go in a little bit earlier tomorrow. They finally need me at work. I've been off for a few days just because the store has been so slow. They just have not been making their quota, I suppose. So anyway, that's going to be a little pocket right there then. And I'm not going to do a side tuck. I guess what I could have done was do one of these, but I'm not going to do that either. So let's get to gluing here. I guess I could just, I don't know, you know how you have to kind of look at things and think, now, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And really, do you need to really go over this since it's already well, you know me, I've just got to do this anyway. So if you are, I never did really finish, but whoever just, not whoever, but if you know that you are a new subscriber to my channel, but for some reason it's not coming up on my end of things, then I do appreciate you subscribing to my channel. So that, there it is in a nutshell. It's just not coming up for some oddball reason on my end. And I really don't know why that is. Not just whoever, that doesn't sound good when I said that. I do appreciate all my subscribers, and I do appreciate all the new comments I've been seeing on this particular channel. But I guess since I am doing 2 channels now, dear me, it's going to be confusing. Let me know in the comments below on this particular one. And let me know if you think I should just stick with one YouTube channel or if I should have two separate YouTube channels. Because basically I'm going to be repeating and doing the same thing on two channels. And I'm just going to let you all help me to decide what you think I should do. Whoops. All right, so, well, fiddly-dee. I'm just going to, no, I can't do it like that because then you wouldn't be able to see it. All right, so we got to do it like that as well, huh? Well, telling you. Yeah, I don't think the Distress Oxide is as dark as the original vintage photo. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks the same or does it look different? I think I'm going, you know, I always go back to this one. This is okay on some things, you know, your craft glue sticks. That's okay on some things. And then I bought this particular smart craft glue from scrapbook.com. And it's nice, but when this thing gets clogged and you unclog it, it tends to go blop, 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 you know. And this one, you know, gets dried up too on the end, but it still stays in a precision mode, which I really, really like. Precise precision mode. It sounds like I'm advertising for a car. It just sounds funny when I said that. You know what? Should I have done? Yes, I should. Yes, 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 yes. And I will go along here. Am I out of the shot? No, I'm not. Good. So like I was saying, I finally figured out what I needed to use to, unless you use a different sort of a camera, which I don't have, I just thought, well, fine, I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, so I used to have an iPhone, now I don't. And now I have a Pixel 7, which I'm starting to really like, and I do like it for my creative endeavors that I do on YouTube, and that is precisely why I wanted to go to an Android. But there are certain things I do miss not having an iPhone. I have been spoiled, y'all. Oh dear. I think iPhone tends to organize their apps a little bit better and everything like that. And, oh, I don't know. There's just a myriad of things. So anyway, I'm just going to put that in there like that, and then this can be a pocket for a really big tag in there, I think. Yep. You know what we need to do? We need to put something on here, and I don't know if I want to maybe I should do that, maybe? I don't know. It's a thought. It is a thought. Yes, it is. Well, I don't really want to think on it too long. I'm just going to go ahead and put... Well, see, this is getting low. Yeah, there we go. Now, my other YouTube channel, I did a real short video tour of my room. So that looks kind of neat there. And I think what I'm going to do here is just glue that part down. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that too while I'm at it. Shall we? I think we shall. And like I had mentioned on my other channel, this is all going to be so confusing. I said you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a lot more crafty things on my channel. And really, I think doing 2 separate channels is going to be a little bit more confusing. But I'm going to let you all decide. What would you rather have me do? So that's not going to be any kind of a tuck or anything like that. I think it looks rather interesting. It looks like an origami project. I don't mean to spend so much time on this, but I guess. I am. I don't know why, I just am. So let me go over here into my little thing and pull out some stuff and let me look through it and see if there's anything in here that I want to work with. Oh my goodness, what in the world is this? Oh, now I have these stickers, stickabilities, and oh my. You know, these kind of really long stickers, these are really hard to place anywhere, you know? They just are. So I'm just kind of looking through this and seeing what I can use. Okay, so I think I'm going to get these out. Yeah, these tend to be so tall. It's just really hard to place these kinds of things. They just are tall. I'm not really worried about how tall they are, but it's like, okay, where do I put them? Oh, I don't know. But you know, there could be something rather Victorian about this. Right? I mean, this is, yeah, it could be whatever. It is just my journal, so I can do what I want, right? No rhyme or reason to any of it. It's not like I'm making my journals to sell. In fact, I don't think I do such a great job in order to sell them, to tell you the truth. I don't know. We will see. Why can't I see that very well? Okay. I don't know why. Are the numbers just smaller? Or what? I don't get it. Yeah, so one day, I hope to master my new phone. It'll just take a while. So I'm trying out different flowers, see which ones I like the best. Hopefully I'm not off camera too much. Yeah, there's some things I need to do in order to get ready for work for the next day, because I thought I was going to be going in latter part of the day, but they called me and said, could you come in a little bit earlier? And I really have no problem with that. Whatever they want to do is fine with me. You know, I don't know why I don't really like yellow roses that much. I don't mind yellow roses at sometimes, but now here's just some yellow flowers. Would that look right? I think because this is so yellow, it's just what's throwing me off. Hang on a minute, so I don't waste your time looking through all this. I'll just pause you, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just had to kind of look through all of this and kind of figure out, oopsie. Well, there's always something that's going to land on the floor, and I don't know where it went. Okay, it blends in with my, whatever fell blends in with the rug that I have up under my feet. Oh, I'll just get it later. So I think I figured out that I want to go with this. Kind of brightens it up a little bit. This now is going to be a pain in the patootie to get back into that package. Oh, don't you dare fall off. Don't you just love it when everything wants to fall and go on the floor? I'm just going to put those aside, and I'll get those here in a minute. That one too. And then out of this, I think I just want to go ahead and put, this lady looks like she needs to be looking at some flowers. What do you think? The poor dear, though, looks like she's floating. That's all right. I mean, she can float if she wants to. I'll go ahead and use, I think some of the stickiness that was on the back of this was kind of wearing away. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue. Glue if it doesn't just gloppy, gloppy, gloppy everywhere. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I appreciate the compliments I got in your comments on the frilly flowers. I really, really appreciate that. It's all right that she floats. I don't think this one has any sticky. No, it does not. It is devoid of sticky stuff. So anyway, I'm just gonna hopefully get this down here. I'm not gonna try to get too wild with the glue, but as you can see, I sort of did. I'm just going to put that there. I mean, who would have thought back in the 1800s that somebody would, that this book would have still been around, these pages still, for the most part, intact, and that somebody like me would have gotten a hold of the book and said, oh, these book pages will make great pockets for my journal. Isn't that interesting? I think it is. Well, anyway, we got that one more or less kind of, and I could have probably just put some sort of paper in there, but I'll probably do that some other time. I'm not going to really worry about that right now because I really don't know what kind of paper I'd want to put in there. I have to think about it. Think on things a little bit here, so. I kind of like this butterfly. I know I could fussy cut around that, but I don't really want to, so I'm just going to leave the butterfly as is. Because if I was going to fussy cut, then I would have fussy cut around her as well. And I didn't do that. Now, I think if I was going to make this a journal to sell, I probably would do more fussy cutting. See how that is glopping out. What's with the gloppy? Super gloppy. I see that. Well, I will at some point have to put some paper in there, and I probably should have done it before I glued this part down. But like I said, I can still do that at some point, so I'm not terribly, terribly worried about it. But anyway, we basically just have a pocket for a tag there. I could put it over here or over here. Actually, I might just put it over here for now. So, yeah. Actually, I kind of wanted it on this page. So yeah, I think that's where I want it. And for that, I am going to use this thingamabob, my runner tape, if I can get to it. This is one I got from scrapbook.com, and this is not refillable, which I think should totally be refillable, but it's not. Personally, I think so. It should be. I feel like sometimes it gets sort of stuck. I don't know, maybe I'm, pushing it down too much or pressing hard on it. I don't know why it's not rolling. I don't know why. But for the most part, I would have to say that this works pretty good. I think it's just the type of paper it's on. Possibly, I don't know. It is coming out though. I'm not going to make this a very long video this evening because like I said, I do have to get up rather early tomorrow, and it always takes a while for videos to get uploaded. It doesn't matter how long or short you do them, they just always take forever. Now this thing, it's so darn sticky. Ew. Oh my goodness, the page is even being pulled up. I'm going to put you up there. Now why is that? I don't know. But it is very super sticky. Uh-oh. I have a brayer I could use, and which I think I might get. So hang on just a minute, pause you. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and use this old brayer. And we're just going to make sure that this is definitely stuck down really well. I don't want it coming up anytime soon. And if I failed to mention before, this was actually just made out of a couple of envelopes. And I can do a tutorial for you for that at another time. So we've got this and we've got this in here. So, and yes, I should have made something in there prior to me doing all this other stuff. Well, you know, it is what it is. So anyway. Oh, because you're probably wondering, what are you doing over there? Well, I bought these buttons, yes, for $1.99 a piece at Hobby Lobby last night, and I thought they were absolutely beautiful. I bought them for those, to make those, when I make those frilly flowers. So I like to use buttons because, and I always look for something that is more or less kind of vintage. And to me, these look very vintage. And I just really loved them. They only had 2 though, so I went ahead and grabbed them. So actually what I need to do is just go ahead and put them over there in that drawer where I keep all my, yeah, I think, or I keep my charms. What is a charm? I don't know. My charms and gems. I think I combined the 2 words actually. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, I think if I were going to make this to sell, I probably would have fussy cut it around there, but blah, 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 blah. I won't go into all of that. And then, let's see, there might be some things here that I can use. I have some, excuse me, some rub-on transfers. these are pretty here. And I really can't find these anymore. So I'm not sure why. I was thinking I could probably put something like that in the background, which would look just as nice, maybe. Like a postcard or something. Let me see what else I've got here. Oh, and now see, I could have used one of those. But I wasn't too sure how that would have worked, since this is more or less, I don't know, I kind of wonder. Because that's such a frail paper. I got all of these at a flea market, believe it or not. Excuse me. And I don't see any more there, so it's just whatever they had that's gone now. So la-di-da. I'm glad I picked up as many as I did. I think this is also, I don't know, these might be stickers. Nope, these are rub-ons as well. So what I'm thinking about doing is just doing a rub-on up here. I think it would look just as nice. And I wonder, ooh, what I could do. Since it's going to be... Oh, heavens, what do I do? What do I do here? Okay, I'm going to pause you for a moment. All right, so I'm back. And I decided to pick this because I feel like that might fit up there a little bit better. I don't know. She looks like she's been left out. Anyway. Now I'm going to do, I'm hoping this comes out okay. These came with little popsicle sticks to use. I just hope it comes off. Like I said, I should have done this maybe before I did all this of getting it into my book. But we're going to see if this works out okay. And then I'll know better next time of what I can do and what I can't do. Shall we just learn together? I'm kind of like, okay, well, let's not do that. Or yes, we can't do that. And, oopsie. See, now I should have gone through here and done this beforehand. So if you don't want to run into the same thing that I'm doing, I'm hoping this, please come up. I mean, yeah, ooh. Why is that not working? All right, well, I'm going to pause you again, and I'm hoping that when I see you on the other side that this has worked, hopefully. Well, as you can see, it did come off. Now, I did have a few little places where it did rip, but it's hardly noticeable. I was going to say these are quite sticky usually. I don't think that's going to come up, really. I mean, if it does, it just come up very... Ooh, I don't want to do that either, but... If you work with something like this, my suggestion would be to work with it before you get it into your page. Woo, I'm so glad that that turned out. Gee whiz, willikers. It's like they sort of left her out of the conversation. She went outside to look at the butterflies. Well, anyway, so this is going to be kind of a... Well, with what I did at the other channel, that was a part 1, then this would have been a part 2 if I had uploaded it to my other channel. But for you all, I'm going to say this is part 1. I know it's confusing, but I was confused when I first got my phone. I thought, wow, it's telling me that I got to make another channel? Oh, geez. So anyway... If you like what you see on my channel and you want to see more of these type of things, drop me a comment. like and subscribe and share if you would like. And next time I'll know better not to do that anymore. I'm just glad it turned out. Okay, well, thank you so much. And I appreciate you stopping by. So thanks again. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.